different car behind you, and it's only been a few days. You know, the bigger question I want to have or answer is, did you know when I was talking to you the other day that this was a possibility?
I did not. Nope. That was a solid 16, 20 hours before. That was last
anything
time
was talked.
Anything. I had no idea. I mean, when we talked, I was almost in the mode of like we were get our stuff ready to go finish, or get ready to do the outlaw swing at home, which is kind of like the last big thing on the year besides Trophy Cup, I guess you could say. So yeah, things sometimes things just change, and I guess everything happens for a reason. So it's pretty cool.
And, well, what changed? What was the process here? Did you just literally get a phone call or an email?
No, I mean, it was pretty simple. It was mainly just Bobby needed someone to fulfill the 1A for the rest of the season, and it happened that literally I was in the pits about an hour before the races started on Saturday, and he swung on by on his moped. If you guys ever see, Bobby rides around on his moped everywhere, just was rolling around, and we talked, and obviously immediately I was interested, and kind of I guess you would say a jaw-dropping opportunity. So I mean, something. I mean, at minimum, it's going to be a great experience. I'm working with top-notch crew members. Bobby's as good as he's done it all, and get to race alongside Logan, who's won the million, won races, contended for outlaw titles. So I mean, for me, what more could I ask for?
Well, and then also, everybody wants to run World Outlaws, but they also want to run some iconic cars. Like if you could run the Steve Kinser 11 or the Channel Lock 1 or something like that. I mean, this is a part of that iconic thing that you've probably grown up and seen. You've always seen the 1A car.
For sure.
Now you're driving it,
Absolutely, yeah. And honestly, I hadn't really thought of it that way. For me, everything's kind of happened just really quick, and obviously there's a lot of talk and there's a lot of outside noise and whatnot. For me, I just mainly want to get up to speed for these guys as fast as possible. This 1A's been fast. It's been in victory lane, and I just want to try to continue that trend here as we get rolling. It's nice that we're getting ready to head home, but like tonight, just trying to get comfortable and just little things. I never driven really anyone else's sprint car before too, so just like I said, never. It's not like I've felt a lot of different chassis or how guys do their shocks or different packages. This package is much different than what I have at home, and that's good. This thing's fast, so just get in the right spot and get going.
What was some of the things you noticed right off the bat with this versus your family car that you've always ran your entire life?
Yeah, I mean, mainly just how it feels. We run the KPC chassis at home, which I feel like I'm not saying they're way different than a Maxim or a Triple X or whatever, anything like that, but I think they do have their own feel, and just gotten really used to that, and almost we've formed our package to be, I don't want to say different than everyone else, but what has worked for us and what we have found to go good on the West Coast and then try to bring out here. So, and then just like little driver things, I run my own steering wheel. This is a different seat than I would run. Just we had some complications to get my seat in, which is fine, but different seat, different throttle pedal, different kind of where your foot sits on the brake, just like things like that, a different brake system. So I mean, nothing that can't be overcome, obviously. Just takes a minute, and you just kind of Houston's was a good place for me to still run. We just happen to be at maybe a tenth slower than we could have been in time trials, and then your night's completely different.
Well, and then obviously this giant line. I mean, this line that you used to have, it could quadruple
for sure.
I mean, and I was telling people last night on my live, because he don't deserve it, all this stuff that they rented it, whatever. I was like, hold on, he brings a lot to the table that he's worked for. He's got some. I said it in the other interview. You and Larson are sometimes tied for the big lines in the pitting area. Yeah. That's a lot to bring to the table, especially in today's era with merchandise to consider, stuff like that. But now this YouTube thing that you got going is literally going to the top tier of sprint car racing.
Yeah, that's really exciting for sure.
And you're still able to do that, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. I'm still going to do the videos just like kind of like normal, in incorporating the team, I guess. But yeah, I mean, nothing's going to be any different than it was. People are still going to kind of see an inside look following my journey, and hopefully if that can help the team, then that's great as well. I'm just pumped to, like I said, to be in the spot and get to work with these guys. And
but you bring a lot to the table. I'm just saying,
for sure.
Rent-A-Ride is just so stupid.
For sure. I mean, it's however anyone wants to look at it. These guys have a big following themselves as well with their story.
Right.
So it's kind of, I guess cool that I just get to, kind of plug in and be a part of that as well, and add to,
it's definitely
shark,
adding to it.
What shark racing is. So,
and we were talking about how you're from the island of the sharks.
Yeah, it is iconic. No, I did see that. I did see how that was. I did not realize that until I seen your post. So that it worked out. But
it did work out.
Obviously all that other stuff is great for me. I just like I said a little earlier, I'm just worried if I can just get up to speed, and then all that other stuff gets to come, and that's going to be great and do all that. But I just want to do my best for these guys, and they've already proven that they can do it and do it how they've done it against guys that I don't know, they're just the big outlaw teams, you could say, and they've proven that they are right there with them.
And how excited are you for this? And are you looking at this as your kind of like audition to the world, and even with this car and everything?
Definitely, it'd be hard not to look at it that way, especially since I feel like for us, always doing the family car and whatnot. A lot of people don't understand how hard that is, and I don't want to say that's not a fair shot compared to everyone else, but there's so many moving components to a good, successful sprint car team. Until you really officially build that up, it's hard to compete with these guys, and I feel like that's where we've been kind of hit or miss, or some nights our car's really good, sometimes it's not. But now, like I said, doing it with guys that have done it and have put together a successful team, and I just get to be a piece of that puzzle. That's where I think it could be really good. So that's where I just want to get rolling, and I want to run a lot of races, and I think it just it's going to take a couple nights and get to a couple places where I'm good, build some confidence, build team chemistry and whatnot. And these guys, I had so much fun just running one night already, but I think a lot more was going to help.
And is it 1T forever, or is that just tonight for high limit?
I'm not sure. I think that might just be tonight for high limit. So I think that's still being worked out.
Now you're on the World Outlaw Series.
I guess, yeah. Starting
that's
Thursday.
The truth.
Starting
that's
Thursday.
The truth.
It's weird to say, but just got to get some races going.
River Cities is your style. You might win up there.
I heard River Cities is similar to Cottage Grove. So.
Oh, they're in trouble now.
Oh shit.
They're in trouble now. They really are. They really are.
Get a couple good nights under our belt. Just get comfortable behind the wheel, and just kind of find our stride. We'll find our stride. We'll be good. Bobby Allen's the best. He's
all right.
Good.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. No renting here.
This is how we ride. This is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and handsome. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong or what to choose. Hey, but this is how we do. This is how we do. Out on the dirt ovals we play, life in the bright lights with no shade. So letting her go, letting her rip, letting her fly, tossing her in sideways, living the life, letting her ride, eyesight winning to die. Cross her up on the cushion, crossing the line, cause some drama and some bullshit they didn't like. And if they don't like the move, then we're ready to fight. But this is how we ride, this is how